Hey guys, I'm just sitting in my truck getting ready to clock back in from lunch, and I wanted to share something with you real quick. But first I have to apologize because I've been getting over this cold. I think it's like bronchitis or something, so my voice is kind of like but we'll work through it. But I wanted to share something that was really exciting because I think for the first time in my life, at least that I've noticed, I was recently referred to as someone who's positive. Now that's amazing to me because for so many years, people really considered me as someone who was negative. Had a rough life, always experiencing difficulty, being slammed with another obstacle. If you asked me how I was doing, 5 or 10 or 15 years ago, I was always quick to tell you what wrong was happening in my life at that time. And it wasn't until my path kind of changed a couple years ago that I started looking for the good. I started looking for what I wanted out of life instead of what I didn't. That things started to change, That's when I realized that your focus really is a multiplier. And what was happening back then is I kept, focusing on what went wrong, what this next thing is that was slamming my life. And what happened was I just kept multiplying that and multiplying that and multiplying that. But as soon as I started planting little seeds of, really positivity, I didn't ever notice a change. But the more I focused on the good, the more good came around. And that's when I realized that this was really the path that I needed to go on. So I really devoted my time to being more positive and more positive and more positive and more positive. And then one day I reached this plateau. And I guess the plateau is where everybody else lives, I finally reached normalcy, It was really awesome. But for whatever reason, my drive wanted to push me even farther than that. And I had to figure out what it was that was going to take me to the next level. What was it going to take for me to grow from that? And I realized that it's not so much about being positive. It's really, you're going to make more progress in life by not being negative. Now, don't get those two things confused. Positivity and not being negative are not the same thing. Because what happened is I noticed that a lot of people that I know who try to be positive, they're always looking for the positive. They're saying things positive. They're posting positive quotes on their social media. But they're never really achieving any change. They're not making a difference. Not only are they not making a difference in their lives, but they're not making a difference in their happiness, their sense of fulfillment. And really the reason why is because they were lying to themselves. They were just trying to use positivity to change the course of their life. And after a while, those people usually they end up getting burnt out and they just quit and they just become complacent and complicit with really a mediocre level of life. And that just sucks. And that's when I realized that even though they were still being positive, they were also still being negative. They were canceling out any of the gains that they made. So really what I want to do is teach people to not be negative. Don't talk smack about yourself. Don't talk smack about the situation. Don't talk smack about your friends. Don't find what your family is doing wrong. Don't get mad at your boss. Don't think about all the things that people do to harm you, to limit you, to make you have to work harder. Don't look for the obstacles. Don't Look for the fault in things. Don't identify it. Because what's happening is you're focusing on negativity. Now, it doesn't matter how much positivity you dump on it. If you still have a big, gaping hole in your soul, which is what negativity really is, all the positivity that you pour into it, or the seminars that you attend, or the books you read, or the family members, or the friends who give you good advice, it's all just going to drain right out. You got to plug up that hole. And what you'll find is that the less negativity that you seek out in life, the less negativity you're going to find. It's almost silly to even say that. I mean, it's obvious. The less negativity that you seek out in life is the less negativity that you're going to find. And really, I can't say it better than that. Peace out, guys.